Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be learning about asset in detail. Now see, assets, what do we mean by the assets? We have already learned it is benefit yet to be derived, or you can say benefit which is yet to be availed. Okay, we have not derived the benefit. Now, to understand asset, what is the definition of the asset? It is a resource controlled by the entity. Whenever I am saying entity, entity means business entity. It is a resource controlled by the business entity It is a resource controlled by the business entity which gives future economic benefit. You can understand that it's a resource which is controlled by the business entity which will provide us future economic benefit. Now, you will say, sir, is there any time limit of the future economic benefit? See, accounts divides the time limit into two different periods. How? It says there can be a long-term benefit or there can be a short-term benefit. How has it been defined as long-term and short-term are like when the benefit, we already know assets are those things from which we will receive the benefit after the year end. Now after the year end also, if we receive the benefit within 12 months after the year end, then it is short term. Within 12 months after the year end, then it is short term. Then business is thinking still okay, because after this 31st March I will prepare the balance sheet on 31st March, we will close the books of accounts, then we will again reopen the books of accounts on 1st April for the next year. We think that after 31st March, even if I am receiving the benefit within the next 1 year, it is short term only. Okay, but if we receive the benefit for benefit received for more than 12 months from the year end, then it is long term. Long term and short term, we do not call every time long term asset or short term asset. What do we call them? The name given is non-current asset and it is called as current asset. We will understand the non-current asset and current asset in detail. Please focus. For non-current asset, I can write here, it is the fixed assets, or one more technical term what accounts gives to fixed asset is property, plant and equipment. Sir, what does it include? See, number one is the tangible assets. What does that word tangible mean? Tangible means anything which you can see, which you can touch. Okay, that is tangible. Now, if I ask you, tell me all those things which are the assets which can be used by the business for long period of time. You will say, sir, if suppose there is a land, okay, I can write here land and building. Land and building can be used. After that, you can say furniture, because furniture is also used for more than 12 months. Obviously, we think furniture will be used for 3, 4, 5 years. Land and building are also used for 10 to 15 years. Suppose I have a factory also, so I can write here factory premises. Factory premises. What can be the other assets? What we have purchased for, we think that it will provide me the benefit for longer period of time. It can be vehicles. And then we can write machinery also. Machinery or the equipments what we use in a factory. Now these are few of the examples that we can say are the tangible fixed assets that we know that it will be useful for more than 12 months after the year end also. You can also write as computers, laptops, and there is a never ending list. You can write it as many assets are there if it is tangible. Now what are the tangible fixed assets? We have learned. Now intangible fixed assets. What is the intangible fixed asset? What are those things which we are not able to see, but we know that we will receive future profit from that? That is, you can say, the very first is the patents and copyrights. For example, the Apple company, the Samsung company, the logo they use, they have copyrights on that, or you can say they have already taken the patent on that particular symbol. So you can write here patents or copyrights. Copyrights, reserved rights, trademarks, these are one and the same thing, only meanings are same, just they are been taken for different things. Okay, after this you can say the very important thing, that is the goodwill of the firm. That is also intangible, but we all know that obviously goodwill of the firm is very useful. Then this is the tangible, intangible, and then you can say, suppose we are constructing a building for our business purpose only. So I can write here capital work in progress. What does it mean? Because the building is still under construction, so I can write here this is capital work in progress. You can write the building under construction also. Okay, after this we can write, suppose I have invested some amount for a longer period of time, say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I have purchased some property, I have purchased some gold or anything. I have purchased bonds of government, or I have invested my money in some share market, real estate market. Then I will write here long term investments. Long term investments. Okay, the fifth and the last point what we have here is, suppose as a business, now as a owner I have provided from the business point of view. If I say, now what is the fifth point, that suppose we have given loan to somebody, we have given loan, we have not taken. I have given loan to my friend for say 4 years or 5 years, or we have given loan or provided advance money to somebody. I can say I have to receive the benefit in the future. I am providing the loan right now, I will receive the benefit in the future in terms of interest or whatever. So I will write here long term loans and advances. Long term means I have provided loan for say more than 3 years, 5 years, means more than 12 months after the year end. Okay, for say 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. That is my long term loans and advances. This is my list of non-current asset. This is just a summary. There is a very long list, but to understand it for as a beginner, this is the long term asset, or you can say this is the non-current asset. Now what are the current assets? See, we have just now learnt long term loans and advances. What if I have provided loan or advance to somebody for 2 or 3 months only, or 4 months, or within the 12 months I have told him that you have to repay me this loan within the 12 months from the year end. So you will say, sir, this is the short term loan you have given. Very good. So I can write here short term loan and advances. Simple. After that, think like this, on 31st March, there would be some stock in my godown, in my factory, in my office that is still unsold. So I cannot say that I will throw that inventory, right? I cannot throw that stock. Suppose I am a manufacturer of shirts. So you also know that if I am in the manufacturing business, I would be having so much shirts in my office and I would be having so much of raw material, buttons, threads in my godown also, in my factory also. So I can say whatever is unsold or whatever is in the process, I will write it as point number 2, inventory. Inventory is all the stock which is still in our godown, which is not sold. So you can say the unsold stock. That is called as inventory. Now it can be of 3 types. See, what can be the 3 types? First can be raw material. What can be the raw material for our business? It can be the buttons, threads which are used to produce shirts. Second is work in progress. But sir, how there can be work in progress? See, understand. Suppose on 31st March, some shirts have been manufactured, but there is a possibility that buttons are untied. The employees or the laborers have not put the buttons. Entire shirt is complete, but buttons are still pending. So you can say it is still incomplete. So that's why we call them work in progress. What can be the third type? Third type can be the finished goods. Finished goods means what? The finished shirts. Finished goods are the shirts which are completely manufactured, sealed, packed, everything ready, but we have not sold it, or you can say there are no sales order. So the finished goods are still in our godown or in our office. Simple. After this, second point, the third point is the debtors. What are debtors? Who is the person? See, suppose I have sold some goods to a person, say Ram, okay. If Ram makes the payment, it is very easy for me. I have received cash and I have sold goods to him. There is no problem. But the problem comes when I have sold goods to Ram and Ram tells me I will pay you after 3 months. It means I have sold goods not on cash, but I have sold goods on credit. I have given him credit period of 3 months. Understood? It means that person owes me money. Understand this thing. Ram owes us money and we are supposed to receive money from Ram. So Ram becomes our debtor. So we can write here, if money is receivable on account of credit sales. So I can say that Ram is my debtor because I have sold goods to him. He is supposed to pay me the money, so he will become my debtor. After this, the next current asset is prepaid expenses. What is prepaid expenses? Say, suppose I pay my employees on the 1st of every month for the entire month. Suppose the business starts on January, I am paying on 1st January the entire salary of January. It means you can say I pay the advance money. Okay. Now, on January I paid the entire thing, Feb I paid the entire thing. On 1st March, I called my all the employees and I told them, I am paying you entire salary for March and for April also. It means for entire March, I will use it as the benefit because they will be working. So as on 31st March, the benefit is gone. But I have paid them for April months also. So understand, salary is expense for me, that we all know. But because I have not availed the benefit from my employees, I will say it has become my asset. Why? The payment has been made, but the benefit is not received. So it will become my prepaid expense, or you can say in our example it will become our prepaid salary. We can write it as that expenses paid in current year for next year. Understood this much? That if I am paying in advance, it will become my prepaid expenses. After this prepaid expenses we have here is, this we all know, the cash balance and the bank balance. How much amount we have in our bank and the cash we possess in our hand, that is cash and bank balances. Simple. After this we can write here point number 6 as short term investment. Short term investment. Suppose I have purchased some land or building for 2 or 3 months because I got a news that the land rates will be on hike. It will increase. To make a short term profit, I am investing the money somewhere. It will become my short term investment. Very easy. After this, understand, point number 7 is accrued income. What is accrued income? Understand very carefully. See, accrued income is that particular income which we have earned but I have not received. It means I can write here income earned but not received. Sir, how is it possible that you have earned the income but you have not received? Suppose on March month a student comes to my tuition services. I provide him the tuition services for entire March month. Okay, my fees is 1000 rupees per month. He tells me, sir, can I pay you in the month of May? I told him, okay, you can pay me in the month of May. Think like this, in the March month I have already provided the services. So on 31st March when I will be closing my books of accounts for the particular year, what will I write? I will write that I have to receive income from my student 1000 rupees. It means I have earned the income. Why I can say earned the income? Because I have provided the services. If I provided the services but I have not received the money, I will say I have provided tuition services. I am still supposed to receive the money. It means it is my accrued income. That is when I have earned the income but I have not received the money. Not received the money. That is my accrued income, because I will get it within 2 or 3 months. That is within the 12 months from the year end. If we receive that, that is our accrued income in the current asset. Simple. After that, point number 8, what we have here is bills receivable. For bills receivable, the entire series will be short. You can go and check there, because bills receivable has an entire chapter on it. Okay, this is called as current asset and non-current asset, and this is the entire definition, or you can say the summary of what is the word asset means and how does it work. Okay, in the next videos we'll be discussing about the next few pillars of the accountancy. Thank you so much.